All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monster, episode 61. Okay.
Wow.
Martin is dead.
Martin's gone.
Ava and Tenma have split up yet again.
Both with their own respective missions.
Yes, but they are both going to kill. Like, they are both intending to kill. So, Ava getting a gun is probably one of the most terrifying and exciting things about this show. It's just like, well, we were like, oh, she's safe, and now she's not. Yeah. So that's a thing.
Hopefully she goes out in a blaze of glory.
Oh my god. And then you have Tenma getting to the location of where Johan's disciple is. This new kind of creepy guy that Martin dealt with previously. And that's basically the gist of it. They did have an interesting conversation where the tall guy with the glasses, who still hasn't been named yet.
He actually had.
What was his name?
I can't remember. It was a name that I didn't recognize, but
okay, so it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Franz Bonaparte, all of those. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah. So, guys, it's gonna be crazy. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
あなた、ミュンヘンのドクター・ライフワインのところへ戻りなさい。
Oh.
なんで？
It's dangerous here.
あなた学校行かなきゃ。
Oh.
学校なんか行かなくていい。このままじゃ友達もできないでしょ。友達いるよ。ニナに天馬。
There you go.
大体僕がいなければニナだって心
That's smug look, yeah.
ちょっとニナ、また今日も行くの？
Going there.
もういい加減
Where the mansion burned down.
All right, 3 frogs. Here we go.
私たちは暮らしていた。ヨハンはこの階段を引きずられるように連れ去られた。やだ、やめて、離して、母さん、ニナ。
Wow, that was some straight up like channeling of. Whoa.
私はなんて呼ばれていたの？ニナ、アンナ。
Yeah.
私の名前は
Whoa.
何？
Oh, that's in the opening.
ヨハンを乗せた車はこの道を走ってここで作り上げようとしていた。
No, they succeeded in creating him here.
Do or do not. There's no try.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you were here too, so you would know, right?
そしてヨハンは走って逃げた。バラの茂みを抜けて。
Whoa.
大丈夫？
Oh, she touched the...
Gotcha.
Okay. I was about to say, like, what the heck?
まさか。
This is crazy.
私はこの部屋で待っていた。
人間はね、何にだってなれるんだよ。
Okay, so that's Franz Bonaparte. Gotcha.
朗読会を開いていたボナパルタの本を。私は笑いながらこういうの。
Okay.
ドアに向かって。
Yep.
おかえり。
She's putting the pieces together.
おかえり。おかえり。おかえり。
さあ、おいで。
Whoa.
ドアは開かない。開かない。だって思い出した。私がもうやめて、ニナ。
No, don't stop.
何も思い出さなくていい。僕だってそうだよ。いろんなひどい思い出があるよ。でもそんなもの
Oh,
思い出さなくていい
Dieter.
んだ。一緒に帰ろう。
Yeah, he can help you.
今
Yeah.
の言った通りにしよう。
Yeah.
これから楽しい思い出
This track.
作ればいいんだ。
刑事の横に座って話を聞くだけにしてくれ。どういうことです？
おそらく彼ら自分の過去についてなんて喋り
Nice
たがり
little
ま
parallel there.
あの朗読会の子供たちは
Whoa. Guess who's back? Back again. Suk
They're
is
bringing
back.
everyone in.
Right?
間違いなくあなたは1968年ここで朗読会に参加していましたね。
フランツ・ボナパルタという人物をご存知ですか？
You're always stepping
待
your
っていてもらいま
bounds.
しょうか。慎重にやりたいだけです。
慎重にやって何も情報を得ないまま終わるつもりか？
あな
Shots
たは
fired.
ここまでこぎつけた私たちの苦労が分かってない。
悲しくないな。悲しみが湧いてくるかと思ったが。
Like you lost
そのよう
something?
なものを感じませんか？
わからないな。悲しみ、郷愁。
Those are emotions.
わからない。
I don't feel emotions.
あなたご家族は
答えなくていいですよ。
離婚しました。いや、妻とは
He has a similar expression
I
to
know.
Grimmer.
I know. He does look a lot like Grimmer. It's
長男も次男も自殺しましてね。
jeez.
君の質問の仕方があま
I
りに
mean,
マニュアルに頼り
he's
す
a
ぎてると言
top
ってるん
spy,
だ。
so, or was.
どうせ好きな女口説くのも
Oh
マ
my
ニュアル
god.
通りなんだろ。
Wow. Ferdinand.
マジで
Just
親父面ですね。
クラウス・ポッペ作平和の神様。これご存知ですよね。
ああ、なんか覚えがあるな。西の怪物と東の怪物がどうしたとかいう話だったな。別世界に連れて行ってくれる感じっていうか。
okay.
そうだな。泣いたり喜んだり怖がったり、そういったものがなくなる感じかな。自分の名前すらいらなくなる。これが本当の自由だ。
Whoa.
Okay.
それが朗読会であなたがはっきり記憶してることなんですね。
Suk isn't even intervening anymore.
ある日ね、男の人があの屋敷を訪ねてきたんだ。
Okay.
ラジオ局の人だって言ってた。その人
Oh.
は虹の彼方に好きだって言って、オ
Whoa.
ズの魔法使いの話をしてくれた。
Oh my gosh.
教えてくれ、その男のこと。
あなたの目的は何なんですか？
Wow. He freaked out because he heard his dad.
的な
Yeah.
感情で事情聴取してるみたいだ。
あんただって個人的だろ。秘密警察が関与したとされる一連の事件の濡れ衣を着せられた若手
Yeah.
私の父は旧東ドイツのスパイとして投獄された。
Okay.
私は冤罪だと信じ続けた。だが父は本当にスパイだった。あの証言者の言っていたラジオ局の
Was my father.
男、私の父だ。目を背けちゃいけない。本当の真実を知るためには。
Nope. Can't look away.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that's good for your own survival.
いや、もう少し。
早くここから逃げろって。
Whoa.
虹の彼方にきっといいところがある。それは家族のいるところだって。
Wow.
Whoa.
で、俺はそれっきりあの屋敷と縁を切った。もういいかな。
Yeah.
Okay.
You're very helpful. It's almost though that he was smart enough to realize what was needed to be said, though.
Yep.
It was a bit
uh-huh.
pointed, I gotta say. Like he heard
Yep.
them outside for one.
Well, and he
probably.
saw how he responded when he talked about the radio station guy.
Yep. Oh my god, what if one of the two people they interview is Johan? Like, what if... And Johan's like, oh, this is curious. I'll come to this. Yeah. Hey, Raikkonen! It's been too long.
いた。ぼーっとしてないでしっかり持て。お前の勉強机なんだぞ。
Oh, sweet.
お前から聞いた話だとあの子はおそらく相当なところまで記憶が蘇ったようだ。だがどうやら最後のところで記憶回復にブレーキがかかった。
Yeah.
That is a little bit unfortunate for the audience.
Yes, but for her it's better, yeah.
ディータ、お前はよくやった。
Of this man, his bushy
早く持ち上げ
mustache.
て白ソーセージでビールはグイッと。
Ah, classic.
ゆうべ全部食べちゃったよ。
ああ、そうだ。
ドクターの
Oh
大
my
白
god!
ソーセージ
What the
買ってきましたよ。
heck? Everyone! Everyone is coming back! What the heck?
ドクター・ライファイン、実はお願いがあります。エヴァ・ハイネマンという女性をご存知ですね。彼女をそちらに向かわせました。どうかエヴァをよろしくお願いします。そしてニナとディーターをよろしくお願いします。もうすぐです。
That's heavy.
これは3日前に届いた手紙だ。
Okay.
エヴァが私の元に現れる気配はない。
ちょっと気になるのはこの最後の
Yeah,
一文。
yeah, it's
この事件を終わりにする方法はこれしかないと思っています。どんな方法を使ってでも私の記憶を。
okay.
正
Awesome.
直言うと私は何もしたくない。
What is he gonna do? Like put her under with some drugs or something?
I don't
Like,
know.
ニナ。
はい。
oh, Gillen. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Cool.
今からこの催眠療法で私が話すこと、
Yeah.
とてつもなく怖いことかもしれない。
Just don't give her any sharp pens.
Yeah, yeah. No, oh, there's a pen right in the... No, Jacob, you... dang it. Oh, okay, they're all out there. That's good, that's good.
I mean, Gillen could still die.
I know, but at the very least, you know, she won't get away or
お母
anything.
さ
Like,
ん、お母さん、優しい。 綺麗な歌声。
お父さんは？
お父さんは政府の軍人。お母さん言ってた。
Yeah, just secondhand
お
info.
父さん殺された。
Dang.
お父さんは殺され、反政府運動の活動家だったお母さんは逃亡した。
赤いバラの屋敷。
Oh, I'm getting
たく
chills.
さんの人死んでた。
それをお兄ちゃんが見たのかい？
バラのトゲ痛い。
Yeah, was she the one who actually got taken?
Yeah. And she's blamed it on her brother, maybe, so she can separate from the trauma of what.
Or Johan helped her do that. So.
Yeah. Like they did it together.
Mm-hmm.
私はニナじゃない。
じゃあ君は誰？
言いたく
Oh.
ない。
君は誰？
No way. This entire time?
大丈夫。怖くないから。
Hold on. Oh my god.
No way.
今から手を叩く。そしたら君は催眠から目覚める。
Okay.
大丈夫です。
私今とんでもないことを話した。
Not quite.
催眠状態の君はそれを話すことを拒否したよ。だが君は全てを思い出したんだね。
リータ。
Oh, she's
突然出
left.
ていくことを許してください。
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
She scared herself.
天馬のいるフランクフルトに行きます。
Dang.
分かったんです。全て
Oh
が
boy.
She's got to be at the
私が誰
finale.
なのか。
That's,
Yeah.
ヨ
that's
ハンはどこから来て、どこへ行こうとしているのか。私が行けば天馬を救うことができます。
oh.
But who's gonna rescue Ava? Wow.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
That was intense.
Yep.
That was a little nerve-wracking.
Just a bit.
But we had
a bit.
some good quality Anna and Nina focus. I see what I did there.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Dieter.
And Dieter.
got some
But
real
we
good
ended
points.
up bringing back so many
Everybody.
characters. We
Like-
got Verdeman, we got Sook, we got Carl, we got Latte, we got Gillen.
Yeah.
We got freaking maybe even Grimmer. We don't even know if that
Probably not.
No,
Probably not.
probably not. But like,
yeah.
I mean, you can't deny he looked a little like
that
Grimmer,
face,
right?
That face was just saying.
And he could totally pass with a good wig,
right?
You know? Like,
Yeah. But of course, but
man.
like I think, but there's no reason to suspect that Grimmer actually was at the Red Rose Mansion.
Yeah.
And even if he was, he's a great spy, so he probably would have disappeared, and they would never would have found him anyways.
Exactly.
But
yeah, it doesn't.
Right. But it's just like, one of those things. Is like,
Yeah. Also, in a small way, we are potentially getting back Schuld focus by bringing back Carl and Lot, because I'm guessing that in order for Carl to figure out that kind of stuff there, he's relying on the resources available made by being in connection with Schuld.
Right.
So this is we are gathering the cast all back together. Let's start moving towards the finale. And I keep saying that, but now this episode alone did so much.
I mean,
it
literally was like, it's all about to end, and Anna's like, I have it now, and blah blah blah. Or Nina, said, I have it now.
Yeah.
And
so can we talk about that?
So
that's
okay.
the big thing.
That's the big thing, I feel like. And the thing is that it also does fit in line with how scary and creepy Anna was at the beginning of Monster. Because granted, that could just be the trauma of shooting her brother, or it could be something a bit more than that.
Right. Yes. One of the things that the show has been constantly putting as a visual into our minds to kind of remind us, I would say, specifically from Anna's perspective, is the picture of who we now know to be Franz Bonaparte coming and grabbing her. So the welcome back is the thing of where we are supposed to suspect that was Johan.
Right. Because she was coming back home, but she saw herself welcoming her back home.
Yes. And then we also saw Franz Bonaparte coming as well. So what I think we can assume a little bit here, this might be a little bit of jumping to conclusions, but I still think we should go pretty far in on it, because there might be other things that kind of awaken in our memory when talking about this. I think that she went through almost the exact same thing that Johan went through because of the unique nature of them being twins. And basically they were like fascinated by the idea of, oh, there's two of a kind.
Right.
What can we gain from that? And I think in a lot of ways they swapped roles back and forth.
Right.
So the Anna persona that she had is something that is, like you said, has that essence of Johan, that
right.
In some ways, that no-name terror, that persona, that presence. So, like you said, it reminded you of Johan when she started to zombie kind of wake up.
Right. That was freaky.
That was freaky. So. I think that you're right in that is connected to Johan, but it's not that she is Johan.
No, that was one of those things where I'm like, there's no way Monster's actually going to go there, right? No. But yeah, and they're not. But the idea is that even like, because there was a child that was left at home, but then people didn't know if there was one left at home. So the idea is that it could have been something where they both basically took turns, because I get the feeling they weren't kept at the mansion necessarily. They could have been, but maybe
I don't think
weren't.
so either.
In which case, was it the same one going each time, or was it just one of them that went for a long time and they were kept there, and that was Anna, and then she escaped, and then she somehow got back to Johan because she was the one having the memories of that stuff, and memories can't get translated easily. Yeah. And then if that's the case, then what did Johan do to compensate for that? Did he try and let
rescue
her talk
her
it all out?
something?
Yeah, exactly. Did he try and sort of take it upon himself and make her forget so that way she could go back to the way she was? Like, there's a lot of possibilities there. And if she was the one that was there, then that suggests even stronger that maybe Johan was the one that poisoned them all and, whatnot, because maybe that was how he was going to rescue her.
Sure, but then there's also the thing of that she has memories.
Right.
Of that whole event.
Right.
Of running away after that whole event.
But she remembers it as if it was Johan that was the one that was running away.
So which part of the memory is correct and which part of it is false?
And given that they didn't have names, supposedly, right? But the thing is that she was running away. Johan didn't have the name Johan at that point necessarily.
Nope.
In fact, he almost guaranteed to not have that name.
Right.
Because he was given that name by the Kinderheim people because they saw it in the books. But if Anna was the one at the Red Rose Mansion, then that would mean, in a way, she was actually Johan before Johan was Johan. But then Johan got turned into Johan, so then he took the persona of Johan, and then,
Wow. If this is where the show is going, I'm so hyped because what I've always wondered with Johan was when the other shoe was going to drop with regards to his humanity. Now, one of the things that has to be the case whenever you have a villain that's this built up in the anime community, so one that's this lauded and stuff, and we're experiencing the incredible I would say effects of being in some ways just close proximity to Johan. We've built him up to be this great thing, but in a lot of ways the only role he fits in a relational way is a brother. And there are so many times we've seen him in the past kind of playing the role of a brother.
Right.
Kind of got this kind of protective
with the
aspect
acorns and stuff, or
and it would make perfect sense for this whole kind of crazy thing to be one twisted, not all of it, of course, but a lot of it to be this twisted form of protection for Anna.
Yep.
Because she did things. And this whole sequence of events to start because he had her shoot him. Right. Which now this is crazy to think about. But Johan is intelligent, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that the reason why he's intelligent is not something that's made perfectly clear. I would almost posit to you, Jacob, and just out into the ether, that Anna has the same intelligence and brilliance in her mind that Johan has.
Right. She just hasn't necessarily honed it because she reverted to a blank slate and she split early on.
She became Nina.
Right.
So,
exactly.
So what's crazy here is that gunshot, that killing of Johan might have been him saying, you know what?
Him killing Anna.
Well, him killing Anna and Johan. Basically saying, I want this all to end. Yep. You've suffered enough. I've suffered enough.
Exactly.
If I'm gone, you'll be free. You'll be free.
Right.
Now, maybe he's, with his godlike precognitive abilities, he knows that she needs something that will shock her enough to forget.
Right.
And, there were other people that died, in the
And she had probably she was probably already sort of forgetting, like repressing the memories and stuff. And he's like, I want there to be one more nail in the coffin, basically, to just make sure that it stays closed forever. Yeah.
And if that was it, that puts a whole new light on Johan, because we've always suspected that there was some level of complexity in him beyond the evil,
Well, right, and there in the age-old question of nature versus nurture.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Well, the thing is, there's technically a third option.
Sure.
And not necessarily a third option, but like a third aspect that isn't usually looked at. But there's nature, there's nurture, and then there's adopted. Basically, where someone takes on something because they need to, right?
Yeah.
Now,
survival.
Now you could say that they take it on because of nature or because of nurture. It becomes like an overwhelmingly like good idea for them in that specific instance to
totally
take something on.
Yeah.
But in the case of Johan, it could very well be something, because we know that he made himself into the monster after the whole thing with the Lieberts, right?
Yep.
But and that seemed to be something where his abilities were imperfect, right? That's what it seemed to be. But if that was all something that was done for the sake of Nina, then that puts a whole new light on things, where it was quite potentially something where he saw Anna turning into this monster, and he's like, well, the only way to do that is become a bigger monster so that she doesn't have to be.
Yeah. Right? Now that's the part where I think he didn't know what was going to happen. He didn't know he was going to be saved by Tenma. And that's the thing where I don't think that he was even necessarily thinking too much about Anna in that case once he was saved. Because here's the thing.
At that point he's like, okay, I've been saved.
Yeah. And
a whole new life. Yeah.
Yeah. And if we're dealing with the whole thing of gunshot wounds, memory loss, and trauma and all that, there's a very real likelihood, and we've talked about this in the past, that post gunshot wound to the head, he forgot about Anna. Yeah. And it's not necessarily that he completely forgot about her, but he forgot about Anna, like what she did and all that crazy stuff.
Sure.
He might know that he has a sister.
Right. Because he was planning, and he set it up, 10 years in advance, that he would go back and save her and everything.
Yes.
But yeah, the what exactly they had come from, before Kinderheim and the Czech border and everything, that might have been forgotten.
Yeah, that was remembered back when the book was brought back to him at the library. In this case here, it's probably more of the whole thing with the Schuold plan. It was more impromptu, and he was reverting maybe back to his programming that he got back during that time from Kinderheim. Yeah, exactly.
Just acquire everything, and then me and Anna can share it together, kind of a thing.
Yeah, and his plan definitely did shift once he had the whole revelation and stuff. So now we're here, and she remembers everything.
Yeah.
So she's saying that she's going to save Tenma. But here's the thing. Her saving Tenma sounds exactly like what Ava was planning to do, right?
Right, except that I don't think she's going to try and do it with a gun. She's going to talk to Johan.
Yes, exactly.
And she's basically going to say, brother, it's okay. Like I get the feeling. It's like, I understand, you don't have to do this anymore.
And this is how I think I've always pictured the ending of Monster, how it had to be. It had to be a conversation between the three of them. Now, the thing is that if she actually gets to Johan first, the curious thing will be what has changed in Johan's head over the course of these, many years, to where he will...
who knows?
He will approach this in a way with Anna's best interest, or if he's changed enough to where he's maybe worried about the fact that she's remembered everything, and he's like, but are you free? Like, do you?
Yeah,
like
because Tenma's still the main character of this story, and he doesn't have to be the one that resolves it, but he's
going to be present.
He's going to be present, and he's going to play a part. But the question is, what kind of part is that going to be? Is it just going to be where Anna needs to stop him from killing Johan, and that's how it's going to work?
Yeah.
Or I think is it going to be something else?
Yeah, I think that as we move more and more towards it, the thing that keeps like being my non-negotiable in my head is that Johan has to succeed and fail. Like, he cannot just be defeated by Tenma. Like, he can't just be shot. Like, well, that's something that might happen, but I don't think he's going to lose. Like, I think that Johan, to be the perfect villain, has to win in some ways. Yeah. And I don't want him to win with Anna. God, I do not want him to win with Anna. If anything, I would like him to win with Tenma, and Tenma to have to accept, maybe in some ways, that the responsibility wasn't his. Like, that maybe that it was a mistake, but also that he needs to live with that, and that Johan, he doesn't deserve to be the final arbiter in this regard.
That Johan can still make the decision to turn things around. Yeah.
Or not necessarily the redemption arc.
No, but
the kind of thing where, because if Johan kills Tenma,
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, it just
I don't see that happening. Like, I don't see how it really could.
But now, Anna's on her way.
Anna's on her way.
Everything.
Now, one of the things that does bother me a little bit, not bother me in like I don't like it, but worries me. They brought back all the characters from before. They brought back Suk and everybody.
A lot of them, yeah.
Is there anyone else that knows about Johan that was not brought back this episode? Or in like the previous few episodes? Shuld could die of old age. Like, Shuld could die of old age. So the thing that makes me a little bit...
Roberto hasn't been brought back yet.
Sure, but, well, I mean, he kind of has.
I know, but I mean, he wasn't brought back in this episode.
Right. But what worries me about that is that could Johan, and there's no real reason to think this other than just the general fear of Johan because he's Johan, could he be pulling the strings or keeping tabs on this so that he can basically just do one big cleanup job?
I think that would require Roberto.
And that could be why Roberto's still around, maybe. Like,
yeah.
Like who knows? As soon as Anna leaves and everything, Roberto just comes in, boom, 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 boom. Now, I don't think they'll do that because I hope they don't do that because that would be super dark if just everyone's dead. Dieter's dead. Reichwein's dead. Just everyone's got a bullet in the head. But
yeah, the thing that I keep falling back on with this is that there's in some ways the illusion about Johan's godlike, clairvoyance and all that is broken because of the whole memory storyline that we're going through here. It's something where I think Johan's going to be beaten, but I think he's also going to win because I still don't think we know what Johan's true goal is.
Right.
Because it has to be something personal. Like, it has to be something that is tied to his past and to those that are close to him, in my opinion, Anna primarily, with Tenma as like a secondary, reborn father kind of thing. Yeah,
and the way I could see that kind of happening is that because Johan's wanted to disappear, right?
Yes.
Well, what's the point of him disappearing on his own? Not much. But if it's him and Anna disappearing together and becoming no one again, right? Being able to put all of this behind them, hopefully for good.
Which they did talk about the whole freedom, like the people who were the readers and stuff, talking about that freedom of having no name and being, know.
That's something that I could see Johan going for because it's something that would involve Anna.
Okay.
And then anything else on top of that is just sort of like, it's extra frosting, right?
Sure. So if he's able to convince Anna, he gets what he wants.
Right.
If he's unable to convince Anna, which I think if we're going to have him lose in any way, that's where I want him to lose. I don't want him to win with Anna. I want Anna's character arc to capitulate with her being free from Johan as well. And maybe this is where things could get complex and also kind of wholesome, is that Johan realizes, you are free, and he's like,
I'm not needed anymore.
I I kid you not, Jacob.
I'm just saying.
I kid you not.
I'm just saying.
I've had that exact
because then he just disappears. It's like he never existed. He was just a ghost of Christmas past, and
That would be one of the most terrifying things, because Tenma would be there and he'd be like, no, like he would try to save Johan, and it would just be like, oh my god, like
mind blown.
Yeah, and I also really want people like Dieter and Anna to have a happy freaking ending.
Yes,
I know that people like Ava might die. In some ways, she almost has to,
which sucks.
But I would love to see her shoot off Roberto's big dick. Like, that would be just the way that would be the best use of this 50 caliber gun she's gonna pull up with. She's gonna be like, hold on, let me pull out my massive package, and she's like, oh, Roberto, recognize this? It's bigger than yours, isn't it? Bah, bah, bah. Just
and the way to make that better would be if her and Lung were standing back to back while that happened. Lung was like keeping like Johan pinned down or something. I don't know.
Or like it's basically like a quick draw thing, and not some like Wild Wild West thing. And Ava, he doesn't draw on Ava because he thinks Ava's not going to be, a problem. He draws on Lung, and just and they each get a shot in, but he actually hits Lung. And Lung is wounded, and we need Tenma to save Lung again.
Right.
But then Ava just like blows a big hole, with exit trail of big, just.
And this is Madhouse, and I believe this anime was
Madhouse?
This is Madhouse, and I believe it's 2005, which is only a year before Black Lagoon.
Oh my god!
So that means we could get slow mo slide recoil, shell popping out.
Jacob, you have such a hard on for these things. It's hilarious to hear you talk about it, because I'm kind of feeding into it by even going through this stupid theory, but I just love how much you enjoy it, because it's so over the top. It's so not in theme with Monster.
And then Ava tosses a bottle of whiskey that shatters onto Roberto, and then flicks the cigarette back towards
the lighter.
Or a lighter, and then and she just slow walks away. Yeah.
And then puts on sunglasses.
Exactly.
Of course she does.
Yeah. And then her and Lung get married. Yeah.
Wish fulfillment aside, one of the big things that's being teased this episode is that she remembers everything.
Yes.
But we
don't know
have
what she remembered
pieces.
Exactly.
So we connected the pieces and we told you guys our theory and stuff like that. What are the things that we probably didn't get? What areas would they be in? Would they be as far back as
I don't know.
Would they be something not as far back as the Red Rose Mansion, but something more recent, like the whole thing with the Lieberts and stuff? Maybe there's stuff there that we'll find out. Because remember, there was someone else there.
I think that's the glasses guy. It's some, I can't remember exactly what the name was. It was some, clearly foreign name that I can't remember how to pronounce it. But
gotcha. So okay.
But yeah.
All right.
Oh, one crazy thought that I did have.
What's that?
They wouldn't do this, but it was a thought. Is if the guy with the glasses is actually what's his name's father?
Oh, Verdemond's father?
Verdemond's father, yeah. But probably not, because especially with and I don't think so. I don't think so. But the thing that made me think of it was the fact that the guy said that Verdemond's father told him to leave, right?
Yeah.
And that was before everything went down. Now, that could just be him realizing this is a bad situation. You should get out of here, kid. Or the other thing that it makes me think of is that maybe it was a bad situation. He knew how it was going to go, and he had a hand specifically in making sure that it all went down. That the poisonings and stuff happened. Because if you think about it, Verdemond's father died in prison, right, for being a spy. That means he also escaped. Now, it could just be something where he escaped and he left himself, right? That could totally be what it was. But what if it wasn't? What if he was the one who poisoned everybody?
I think what it would more or less be is that Johan or Anna having access to that kind of poison is something that is...
I mean, we've kind of seen it already with the candies and stuff, but yeah.
Yes. He got access to medical supplies and stuff like that.
And there's a very good chance that was Anna that did it.
Oh, I'm like almost certain it was Anna.
Like I think it was. Yeah.
I think it's just a question of how much of it did she do.
Right.
Yeah. Like other than that, like she had a non-zero.
Right. She has equal or greater responsibility and role in this in my mind than Johan.
Yeah, definitely. Big thing that would be vindicated on my part if that was the case is the whole thing of the welcome back being
so
Johan.
creepy.
No, because that was Johan.
Right, yeah. Totally.
But I called that if that was the case.
I think
20
we both did
episodes ago.
Well, right, because it was so creepy, but also Anna said she specifically remembered entering the room and she was there to greet herself. Yeah. Given that she said that she remembered her entering the room and her already being there, then ipso facto it's Johan.
Right.
Either that or there's a triplet. But
and then I had my triplet theory, which was pretty dumb.
But is there anything cooler that could happen other than what we described with Ava? Like, is there something like
no? But let's predict it. I'd say a little bit more realistically and stuff.
Ava's gonna die,
but I think she's still gonna kill Roberto.
Yeah, I think that would be very fitting.
I think it would be very fitting. I think it would be something where Lung would either find her.
Yeah, that's the thing. They need to bring Lung back, because if
Lung is not
with how much they've brought all the other side characters in and stuff, the fact that Lung hasn't been brought back,
he's still
doing his thing. He's still talking to what's his face back in Prague and all that. But that seems off. That seems weird.
No, I think this is very much like Lung. Remember, he's a side character.
Yeah, that's his right. That's his style.
His MO is that he's gone for a long period
and then he comes in and does plot stuff, and we love it. Right. That's why we get so excited every time we see him. But the fact that we are now in the last core of Monster, and they said like we're getting to the end, and that Lung still hasn't made an appearance yet.
Oh, he's coming back.
Right. But
how
it's
soon?
Just like, but how soon and what circumstances?
2 episodes. He's coming back. Calling it.
Yep. Within 2 episodes. Yeah.
So I think they'll do 1 episode to go back to Tenma's whole thing,
and Ava, and have her die.
And then
probably
Lung will either pop up at the very end of this next episode, or the next episode after that will just be Lung. Just
right. Exactly. What has he been up to?
Yeah. And I love still that we have 13 episodes and so many big things are happening, because there's so much you can do if Monster decides to condense plot lines, which I think is basically structurally what they're doing in this episode by bringing so many characters onto one page, because then they can basically say, okay, Anna, we don't have to write story for her right now because she's in transit. Monster has a very good track record of having basically all right, send a character out, they're in transit, we're not going to write for them for a bit, they're in transit, they're in transit.
That is much more engaging than what a lot of stories do, which is, let's show these characters in transit, and that can get very boring, and then eventually it's
make up conflicts for the sake of showing that happening.
No, like the reason Lung has such a rule of cool about him is that he's just a ghost. He's there, and then he's gone, and then he's there again, and he's doing awesome stuff. Same with Johan. Like, if you think about
Johan has that effect as well, for
sure.
Like
Lung is kind of like a not a Johan wannabe, but he's getting into the headspace of Johan. I am Johan. What do I do? I need to have the rule of cool. I need to be mysterious. Yes, I will exit stage left and come back at an opportune moment.
While looking blankly in front of me.
Yeah.
I love Lung so much.
Lung is great.
All right, y'all. This was a good, juicy episode.
Oh, yeah.
We got some really good fuel to add to our theories here, and we only have 13 episodes of Monster left. It's crazy.
I'm still holding out for Ava doing the Black Lagoon style, like, animated.
I am your angel.
That would be so amazing.
You make me feel like you no matter where you are.
Yeah, I know that's not the style of story the Monster is, but for Ava, that would be a fitting way to go out.
It's up to you.
Oh my god.
Anyways. Get down on your knees, on your shoulder. Anyways, the cringe is over. Y'all, if you want to see this next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access where you can chat with us about stories or just hang out in general, chat about whatever. All right, and yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.